Welcome to The Real in Real Estate, your gateway to the source. I'm so glad you're here. We're all about diving into the nitty-gritty of real estate, sharing insights, tips, and some awesome interviews straight from the industry's beating heart. From the latest trends to cool investment strategies, we've got you covered. Let's explore and uncover all the essential tools and knowledge you need for navigating the ever-evolving world of property and housing. Here we go. Hi, welcome back to The Real in Real Estate, where we give you the facts about real estate and dispel some of the myths. Today, we're going to talk about a different subject. And I have with me here Claudia Russo. And I would like you to introduce yourself, and then we'll start our conversation after that. Welcome, Claudia.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you for having me on this morning. I'm very excited to be here. I am with Trilogy Realty Group. I'm a realtor associate with Trilogy Realty Group based in Houston, Texas. And I am very excited to say that Jean is my broker. So thank you for having me. I know how busy you are.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you
a
for giving
part.
Yes, so I am looking forward to, I've been a resident of Houston for 20 years. So I'm a local, I'm a neighbour and a realtor. And I really enjoy working with first home buyers. It's such an exciting time of their
It
life.
is.
And as a former educator, Jean has come from a background of training and education herself. It's just a joy to educate people on how to buy and sell their homes, particularly first home buyers. There are a lot of people that we've seen this year and in the last few years that have pent up, that have been waiting to buy.
Yeah.
So you've got the typical number that are coming through that are first home buyers when they've finally got a job, and the best time to buy a house, of course, is always when you can afford one. But there are a lot of people that I think have been holding back, Jean, and I think we're going to see a tremendous amount of people who are about to, on the precipice of buying at the bridal show this weekend.
Yes, and
Um,
that's kind of why we're talking today about the bridal show, which is not necessarily real estate, but it is in many ways. And Claudia is going to be participating in that event. So I wanted her to talk about that. She'll be there in case you're going out. You can look for her. And why do you think it was important for you to be there?
right. I have always had an affinity with trade shows because you can maximize your assistance, because there are so many people that come there looking for vendors of any variety. And the bridal show is a wonderful time. I've been to bridal shows before. As a realtor, I really wanted to present our booth, which is labeled "Say Yes to the Address,"
I love
because
that. I love that.
yes, a lot of the brides, of course, have been, dreaming about their dress and their wedding for some time, and they're in the throes of planning a wedding, which is no mean feat. Um, and so they go to the bridal show to get assistance across the way. And a big thing that's always on top of people's minds is timing and money. And so that planning is crucial to get your education about how to plan a wedding. But of course, when two families are coming together, Jean, whether it's a blended family or a young man or woman that are joining forces, they may not have lived together before, but of course you are going to be residing under the same roof as a new family, and therein comes the real estate. I often think, well, we have different seasons, Jean, and different seasons in life, but it's such a gorgeous season when you're getting married and you're starting a new journey with a partner. Um, you know, Whether or not you've had the discussion to buy a house, or whether you're living together and you need to resolve and maybe move another asset, I'm going to be there to answer all their questions how to do that.
Great. And just to be politically correct, it may not be a man and woman. It could be a man and a man and a woman, and whoever's there, where you're going to answer their questions.
That's right. So if you've got a partner you're getting married to, I am so excited to be there. I'll be at the George R. Brown Convention Centre. It's in downtown, and the show goes for the full show. It's the 29th of September 2024. So I know that it's an annual event, but we'll be there on Sunday from 12 to 5, Jean.
Fantastic. We'll make sure everybody looks for you. I do, yes, brides are going to have on their mind the address, excuse me, the dress, which is why I love your address. That's a great name. But they're going to be their dresses, their caterers, their flowers, or whatever. But something that's really important to any new couple, I think, is where they're going to live. And are they typically there are two houses or two rental properties, and they've got to combine because part of getting married is living together under the same roof. Hopefully, they will make a good decision about whether it's today, tomorrow, or within the next year about growing their portfolio, which is owning a home. That's usually the biggest investment most people have, and it is an investment. You do get equity on it if you make a good decision, and hopefully you will, because that's why you need a good realtor, a good full-time professional realtor. So I'm so excited that you're going to be there to answer their questions, because there's so many questions and so many things people don't know. It's like, well, we haven't saved 20% down yet. Well, you don't necessarily have to do that. And you'll be there to answer those questions and lead them in the right direction, correct?
Correct. And really, a lot of people, you're right, Jean, don't know about how little they do have to put down. There are so many programs out there. And of course, I'm not a lender, but I have a lot of professional lenders I deal with my
Yes.
transactions. And, really to dispel any myth, you do not need 20% down, as some first home buyers think. You don't even need 10% down. You can do FHA at 3.5% down.
Yes.
And and some people don't even know that you don't have to be a first home buyer to be able to utilize the FHA program. So it's there's so many people that Jean and myself would love to introduce you to
Yes.
get started in that conversation. And speaking with the lender in the beginning is so important.
Yes.
And I know I've had people that have fallen in love with houses and then found me. And it's very sad when you fall in love with a house you can't afford. So
Exactly.
really, there's beautiful homes at every price point, and the city is so enormous. We're based in Houston, of course, transacting across Texas, but in Houston there are so many lovely homes and neighborhoods, with houses with all amenities of all shapes and sizes. So,
Right.
once you speak to a lender, you can then get more qualified and intentional about your search. And that's where I come in. I always say I'm here to help people make their decisions.
Yes, and if there are a lot of lenders out there, and if you need direction, we've worked with quite a few. We can give you that direction as to who to talk to or talk to more than one person. But there are also a lot of programs out there that can help new couples get into a home. And trust me, that is so much better than renting. And growing equity is key to your future. But there are down payment assistance programs. There are grants. There are lots of ways to get down payment assistance. I'm not a lender, but I am going to talk to a lender about that in our next podcast, so stay tuned for that. But there are also things like HomeFundIt, which was a new program that I learned about earlier this year. Instead of getting a set of steak knives for your wedding, you could actually set up something called HomeFundIt, and people can contribute to that. And that helps you with your down payment. So if you get a down payment assistance program, you have HomeFundIt, you're going to be well on your way to getting a home. And some lenders actually match whatever you gather in your HomeFundIt program. Again, I'm not a lender. We are going to be talking about that more. We have talked about, oh, my lights just went out. We can be talking about, uh, not because I didn't pay my bill, people, because I'm in an office that just automatically goes out. Um, I thought I better say that since I'm in real estate.
Don't worry.
Actually,
It's my chance to say you're the light in every room, Jean. Don't
yeah,
worry.
actually, I like the sliding better. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, HomeFundIt down payment assistance programs. There are lenders out there. There are also lenders out. You also, I just want to throw this in too. The interest rates have come down. They're never going to be 2, 3, or 4% again. Just don't even worry about that. But they're down to 6% now, which is amazing. But there are also lenders out there that have programs that you can do a free refinance within the next 5 years. So if it goes down even further, buy your home now. Next year, if it's 5.5% or whatever, 5% refinance, and they'll do it for free. So there are lots and lots of options out there. Don't think you have to rent for the next 5 years till you save up enough money. talk to us, talk to Claudia at this event and find out what your options are so that you can start building that financial wealth,
Financial wealth, I love it. Generational wealth, really.
generational wealth. There you go.
Absolutely. So today I was looking at Keeping Current Matters. It's a great program for realtors and people alike. And they were saying, statistic-wise, 80% of people might qualify for down payment assistance, but only 13% actually use down payment assistance,
They don't
which
know
is
about it or
incredible.
they don't think about it or no one tells them
Yeah,
about it.
that's right. And that's the travesty. It's just unawareness and ignorance that's available. Yeah, there are many grants as well, and grants are a great thing. I placed someone in a home, well, in West Houston earlier this year, was a first home buyer. By the way, to be a first home buyer, you don't have to just be purchasing real estate in your lifetime for the first time. You can be a first home buyer if you've not had a home, you've not purchased a home, and you've been renting for some years. I think it's 3 years. So those grants are still available to you. And I placed a lovely young family in a home, and they got like 1% of the sales price, which as a grant you don't have to pay back. It's even better than a
Right. That's
loan,
wonderful.
right? So what you don't know, because the lender's job, their job as mortgage brokers, and they are looking for the deals in the marketplace for you. So, and it's changing all the time. I always recommend speaking to more than one lender,
Yes, I
um,
agree.
because you don't know what they're finding out and discovering on a daily basis. These programs change from city to city and every year. But I was just gobsmacked to see the statistics of what is out there that people are not taking advantage of. So,
Absolutely. And I think it's important to, I agree with you, talk to more than one lender and don't think, well, I need to go to this bank and talk to them because that's where my accounts are. They're not necessarily going to be your best choice. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go interview them for this, but also talk to a mortgage broker that has lots of different options and programs out there that are available to you. So, yes, please talk to more than one person.
yes, I love that advice. And talking about the Home Fund, can you tell us more about the Home Fund program that you discovered with Karen Wood? Karen
Yes,
Wood is a wonderful
Karen Wood
lender,
of
and I'm
Next
curious about that.
Mortgage. Mhm. Um, again, she's the expert, and we'll talk about that more on Friday when I do my second podcast with her. But it's kind of it's a basically a GoFundIt, like you see on Facebook or whatever, but it's called HomeFundIt, and it's the same principle. People can donate instead of spending $100 on a set of steak knives, $100 towards your home. You can buy the steak knives later. Don't worry about it. Go to Amazon.com. Um, it's much more important to get a home because that's where
That's
you're
right.
building wealth. Anyway, they could put $100 in your HomeFundIt program, and then some lenders will actually match that up to a percentage. So you don't, if they give you 100, you might be actually getting 150. Talk to the lender about that particular program. Instead of when you graduate from college, when you're getting married, whatever the situation is. I know there was one example that she gave me. It was a single mom with her son, and she was trying to buy a home. She was trying to get out of the apartment life, and she set up a HomeFunded. And that money is yours. So it stays there as long as you need it to stay there until you get the quantity, the dollar amount that you need. And if you go with some of these other down payment assistance programs, it may be a very quick accumulation for you. So anyway, that was one example. And she was able to birthday gifts and any occasion she would prefer someone give a few dollars towards that fund.
Wedding gifts. It's a great idea. These days,
Absolutely.
people are gifting people. I do know families who are gifting like bedroom suites to their children. That's always been the
Mhm.
case. But people even set up GoFundMe pages for their rings of their colleges sometimes because they're an
Yeah.
expense themselves too. The students are doing that. So if you are looking for a home, definitely, what lovely way to
Yeah.
help people start their future to contribute to the marital home, and the building of wealth. It's just, and then of course you can't go and buy a boat with that money, but it's a designated
No.
account, I believe. That's it's called a home account.
Yes, and there is one thing I probably should say too. Let's say you do the HomeFundIt. you get more money than you need for your down payment, then you've got the money to buy your steak knives or your new bedspread or whatever it is you need. So that money is yours regardless, but it does go towards the home. And then if there's any left over, it's for whatever you need for your home.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, more than ever before, people are conscious of money and spending on weddings. I know a lot of people that are doing destination weddings in lieu of a wedding where you've got a convention center and hundreds of
Yeah.
people. They're making it more intimate. And so, yes, it's a great way to start thinking about maybe people offering that as a bridal gift. I've seen GoFundMe's for honeymoons. So, like,
Yeah.
I know that this is it's common in the market, more common, and I just think it's a great way. There really is no, so there's not, um, there's there's a solution for everyone if they're
Yes.
struggling with finances to get started. And sometimes it's a matter of just timing. But do speak, call, or you can reach me at on Instagram. I'm the Aussie Realtor on Instagram, and of course, Trilogy Realty Group. There are many of us here to help you start that. We have a laundry list of people that we just absolutely love in industry, and it's like a village. You'll be taken
It takes
from
a village.
go to woe. There's many steps in the process, but it's such an exciting time, and it's never too late to get started.
Well, and we will
Um,
have your contact information at the bottom of the podcast, so people will be able to reach you. What else will you have at your booth available to help new people, new couples, whomever, with this process or getting
well,
started?
yes, I've been blessed. There are you must come and see me. I've got so many raffle prizes and sweepstakes. I've been blessed with a lot of my entrepreneur friends, men and women who have donated lovely gifts for these brides. Very relevant self-help books, financial books have been donated to me. I'll be raffling off beauty products for you and your bridal party. It's going to be a really fun day at the bridal show. But I'll have all the literature there to get you started. I might even have a lender with me to answer questions on hand. Um,
That would be
but
great.
I'll be there every fall. I know that some people might see this recording after September 29, of course, but I do intend to return because I think there's people are planning so far out with weddings. It might take a year. Some people are finishing off college or doing an internship or wanting to wait for different reasons before they can get married. And so this is a perfect time to get started because buying a house takes planning, it takes
Yes.
time and intention. So some people might want to, really walk across the threshold into their marital home at the time, they're married. Some people might want to get married first and buy later, but you do need time to plan it out. So it's never too late to get started. Never too early to get started, I should say.
No, no, go ahead. It's an investment, people. It truly is an investment. So, absolutely. Let's see. Well, you will be able, if you hear this after the bridal show takes place, you will have Claudia's contact information if you want to start talking about getting a home. And even if you think your credit score is not good enough, it's the time to talk to a lender. They can help you get it straightened out.
Yeah, I'm so excited for all the people that are going to make
Yeah,
the decisions. So many decisions are made on that day, actually, because they've got the resources on tap. So,
absolutely.
you know, I just hope that I get to see all of you who are listening. And if you know a bride out there that is getting married, please send them to the Aussie Realtor, albeit say yes to the address with Trilogy Realty Group. We'll be there to help you answer all your real estate needs. You might be renting. And it's okay if you're currently on a lease because
Absolutely.
we're going to be dancing to the beat of your drum and, on your timeline. Everything's possible.
Absolutely. Claudia, do you want to verbally give any contact information or would you prefer them to just
Oh,
read it?
yes, no. So thank you. So I am at 281-217-4396 and the Aussie Realtor, the underscore Aussie underscore realtor online. And I look forward to you seeing me in the DMs. But really hope share the news because if you've got friends getting married, um, your friend's my friend. We're going to have a great time on Sunday.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Well, any last words or have we pretty much talked everything?
Well, I know we talked about first home buyers, but I do want to reiterate that in past years, people do come to me with homes to sell because they're moving their assets. They might want to sell. Blended families, if they're two families joining, they might need to upsize. They might need to downsize, and suddenly
Yes.
they want to go off on their white horse after their honeymoon and do lock and go. And so, whether you're selling or buying your first home, second home, I'm here to help you really build your wealth, and make sure your lifestyle changes with the season in your life.
It really is building wealth, and
Okay.
I'm glad you said that again because it truly is. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck at the bridal show. And if you miss her at the bridal show, she just gave you contact info. And this will be on our podcast as well as YouTube the following week. So good luck, Claudia. I hope you get lots of visitors.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me this morning. Have a
Thank
great day,
you.
everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to The Real in Real Estate, your gateway to the source. Be sure not to miss our upcoming episodes loaded with fantastic insights, expert tips, and all the latest trends in the property scene. Don't forget to stay connected with us on our Trilogy Realty Group socials: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and even TikTok. Until next time, take care.